Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by. Wild Bird Creative. Just going to do a real quick piece today using some paint and papers. Let's get started. Now for the background, I've got orange, pink, and a real golden yellow. And I'm not going to use too much of any of these for a couple reasons. One, this is a small 4x4 sheet that I'm working on, and I don't need an awful lot on here. Oh, I am running out of my golden yellow. That is a bad thing. Let me grab a different one. Let's just go with this one. Still a golden yellow. Okay, so I'm taking my old gift card and I'm just dragging it across. I really want to cover everything this time, right to the edge. Let me just get my arm in the way there for a second while I drag this over. Now what's nice with these colors is they blend beautifully. So you aren't going to end up with mud. Let's give this a turn here so you can see it on that side. And I'm going to have a couple spots where the color is pure and a few spots where it has blended. And you just want to choose 3 bold colors. There we go. Okay, let's let that dry for a second. And let me actually fold this paper over so that we have a nice fresh piece to work on. There we go. Now, all you're going to do for the next thing is take a piece of book paper and you're just going to make kind of a wonky square. That will fit on here. And you're going to make 4 of them. And each time you make one, you'll make it smaller and smaller. And then you will cut out the middle so that you will end up with these little tiny squares that will just all nest inside each other all the way down to the littlest one. So if I were doing this one here, I would then cut it down a little bit more until I know that it would fit in here the way I want. Then I would cut out the center of it, which you can do with an X-Acto, or if you're very careful, with some tiny scissors. But what you end up with is a frame. Let me set these aside. And in the interest of time, let me get my glue stick. Go. There's my first layer of paper, or my first square. Make sure I get all the corners down. So there's one. Now I used different colors, older books, newer books, just to get that nice variety. Each one then has its own font. This one happens to be a page from a dictionary. And I'm just going to move it around until I like the way it sits in here. And I think this is going to be it. The next one is an old calculus textbook. So it has a nice ivory tone. Don't overlook your library's book sales. You can even let them know that you are looking for books. Because people, surprisingly enough, just drop their stuff off at the library without thinking whether the library wants their old textbooks. They don't, but that's where they often end up. So here we are. We're down to just the end on that. Now all I want to do on top of that is just a little bit of detail. And once again, I'm going to bring in my trusty potato bag. And I think what I want on this one is I'm going to start with some turquoise. Let me put a little bit here. Again, just a tiny bit. Now you could rubber stamp over it. You could stencil over it. I just want to add a little bit of interest. As I always say, add a little bit of interest. And I'm not stopping to refill my sponge at all. I'm getting too much junk here. It's time to clear my work table off. Let's see. So there it is with just the turquoise. Now I'm also going to add another color on top of that. I'm thinking a nice dark purple. Let me put it right over here, and this is going to be an even tinier amount. And I'll just slide it into this other end of my trusty potato bag. I can even slide it down a little more. Get a clean part of my sponge and just come in, and this is just going to be along the edge. Just to add a little bit of vignette and a little bit of shadowing. Might even come here into the middle and leave a little bit in there, add a little bit of the blue, the turquoise actually. Okay, let's see what we've got. There we go. Just something quick, modern, fun, simple. I like simple. You could do this in a matter of minutes. I'm just going to take my art crayon, darken the edges a little bit. And there we go, folks. Another quick project from Wild Bird Creative. If you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe. I will see you again soon. Thanks for stopping by.